Hey guys, Footy Manager TV here, and welcome to episode number 84 of my Manchester United Football Manager 2015 Let's Play. And today we have an FA Cup game. It's at home against Crystal Palace, not too far into the FA Cup. This is only the 5th round. You can see Chelsea already picked up a victory 3-0 against Swansea, and a whole host of other games going to be played today. So it's a big game. Crystal Palace, if you don't remember or you just haven't seen it or I haven't showed it, can't really remember, but they've dropped down to the Championship. I think they got relegated in the first season, and of course we have James Wilson out on loan at Crystal Palace. He scored 5 goals in the league, 2 in the Cup, so he's been a Cup scorer for them and got 2 assists as well. So he's one player who's not going to be available because of on loan, and I recently accepted a new loan offer from them to extend the loan for another 2 months. But you can see he scored 5 goals, but it's hard for him to really break through for us. That's why I sent him out on loan. But they got some goalkeeper troubles. Both injuries there. So they're going to be missing some players. And they're almost getting relegated from the Championship. They're 23rd. It's going to struggle. It's going to be a struggle for them to get out of that. So you think their attention is going to be more focused towards that, like trying to stay in the Championship, but not looking very good for them. And of course I have to to you guys, your reaction from the previous episode was fantastic. Like the comments, like the feedback, doesn't matter if you think it was good or not. If you like, my reactions were pretty I don't know the best word to explain it, but you know, from the result 4-4, my reactions were just a bit over top you can say. But that's the thing. I thought it was a bit over top as well, so I can understand why there was a few people that didn't like it. You thought like my reactions were a bit weird, but it resulted in a lot more comments than I usually get on my videos. So that's going to help, like, that certain video at least get seen, you know? So at the end of the day, that's a positive thing for my channel, even though there was a few, like negative Nancy's on the video, and even a couple people said they disliked it because it was too loud. Well, I'm not sure how much you'll be able to see of this, but you can like go like that. It lowers the volume, and that should fix the problem if it was too loud. But anyway, we'll be going to this game against Crystal Palace, and hopefully we can get the win. I'm bringing in Falcao. I've said it a few times, I'm trying to time his fitness to try and get him fit for the Champions League. I didn't play him in the first leg, of course, but I'm going to play him here. And it's quite a few games until the next game against Juve. Look at that. We've got Crystal Palace. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. That's a lot. And before that second leg, we've got what is it? It's the final. It must be against Man City. That's why I was at neutral venue. So at least we have a competitive game before that. But the thing is, it's only 3 days before. So leave what you think I should do in terms of player selection. Should I rest my better players for the Juve game, even though we've got 4 away goals? So that result is almost as good as a win. Because if we go defensive 0-0, we've won it. So there's a few like managerial things I'll need to do. How I want to pan out the game. We'll see. We could play defensively and still advance, but they could easily just score a late goal or something. So you don't really know. So we'll go back to the tactics. But the good thing is we have Chelsea and Man City before that Juve game. If you see it as a good thing in terms of it's competitive games, they're not easy games. They're going to be challenging games. So here I have dropped out Nicola Liali just for a rest pretty much, and to give our wonder kid goalkeeper Rafe Husic a go. He's going to keep developing. 21 is really young for a goalkeeper. And actually Nicola Liali, a couple people said, there was one key comment, and I like replying to comments in my videos, like giving my feedback like that, because obviously I can't reply to everyone, and it's better. It can be a better response while I can, not just writing in a comment, but just going on the player's profile or whatever the situation is and give you my feedback, and it's kind of to everyone as well, so you can understand, because of course a lot of people, but the main criticizing thing someone says that he lacked his command of area and communication, but those are 2 of his better attributes. It was our defense lacked. We conceded 2 goals from set pieces, I believe, in that game, and Liali's fantastic. He's only conceded 9 goals in 17 games in the league, which is arguably, to some people want to focus more on Champions League, some want to obviously league success. A lot of fans want that, but AS Monaco are interested in him, major interest. So if they do make an offer, he's another guy we would have signed on a free transfer, right? Yep, on a free transfer we could make profit off. So, you can see that. But average rating of 7.14, that's absolutely insane. You can see I'm resting some players here. So we'll go straight into the game, and I'll try and get in 2 games in this episode. We've got Watford at home. It should be a simple game, though. But, yeah, this is the time. Every Premier League game is crucial because I haven't lost yet. I'm vying for an unbeaten season. So those easy games are still interesting because of that reason. You want to see it. You want to see me continue that streak of being unbeaten. We can be the new unbeatables. And interesting that they are playing with a sweeper keeper, Julian Speroni. He's their 3rd keeper, and he's just not the quality right now. He's just going down. He's 37. It's a big contrast, like you saw, to Buffon. He's still an amazing player, but I guess Julian Speroni has never been Buffon level. Never played for his country as well, so he's not like that top level. He's in the under-21s. He's the 3rd best keeper for a team that's struggling and at the bottom, pretty much, of the championship. There's a couple guys I like in Crystal Palace, though. Like, they have a better team, like, don't you think? Like, what is this? Lewis McGugan? I've heard of him before. I think I used him a couple years back in a save. But apart from that, they've got a few guys like Joe Ledley. Like, he's a guy, he's decent. He can play at a Premier League level, I think, at least for lower teams, around the relegation zone or lower mid-table. And Fraser Campbell, again, I'm not sure if he is. He's 29 now. Whoa, he's aging. He used to be a young player for Manchester United. But yeah, we should be able to get the victory here. And they're playing with wing-backs, one on defend and one on support, and then, yeah, sweeper keeper. So I think it'd be a good chance for us to put in a dominant performance, and Falcao to get some match fitness. Munir basically just playing because he's not available for Champions League. Same with Oliver, who I think can be an amazing player for us. You just look at his high attributes there. Really insane. Still only 22, despite what his potential ability says. It's the same as current ability. When you're 22 years of age, yeah, you can still improve as a player. So we'll go in, say passionately, and say we're favourites, and we should be able to put in a good performance. Any other big selections? Not really. Iniesta's in there as well. These kind of players, you want more of those older players, like the Iniestas and the Falcaos. You want them to be at their highest match fitness. 100% if you can, for Champions League games, because those experienced players is what's going to win it for me this season, hopefully. We made it to the final last season. I got to at least do the same, or you think we would have went backwards. But here, Goethe, Cuadrado. Oh, come on. Goethe. Back to Phil Jones. So we're very composed in our attack. And Falcao, Oliver, should have scored that, to be honest. Should have put that home. But also FA Cup, I don't think I've won it yet in this save. I've been knocked out a few times when I've really... I shouldn't have. I think I lost, didn't I? I lost it. Yeah, I lost it. I made the final, didn't I? But I lost it. I'm just trying to remember. It was against... I can't remember, but a team I should have won against last season. And we put that home. I believe it's someone like Wigan or something like that. So Falcao, this is exactly what I want. This is feeling like last season. And if you forgot about it, I'll just give you a little bit of a reminder when I can click on his profile. He had a very strong season. I think it was in the second half of the season. Sometimes this kind of stuff is hard to remember because I play Football Manager heaps, a few other saves. But look at that, Falcao just smashed that home. It's what you expect. And we'll go to advanced tactics. And Falcao. You can see this season, he hasn't played too much. Internationally, though, he's been scoring. So, yeah, if there's some international games, he's just insane goal-scoring record. He's a good strike. He's still only 31 as well. And the thing is, and I guess you can say it's the same with Van Persie, they've both never been amazing physically. They've never been so strong or something. His strength's 14, still not overpowered. He's never been so pacey or so strong. So as long as he's holding those technical attributes, like really good finishing, good heading, to obviously be good in the air, and those really high mental attributes, he's going to be scoring at least until his mid-30s, because he's not going to drastically decrease. So last season, I want to show you, he scored 8 goals in 4 starts in the Continental and 2 off the bench. And I believe a lot of them would have been later in the Champions League because we did make the final. Unfortunately, lost against the beastly Real Madrid. Even though I wouldn't want to face them in one way, there's another way I kind of want to get revenge, you know? So, but you don't want easy draws. You want to beat the best teams available. That's what I want to do anyway, because I want to show we are the best team. And if we do win the Champions League, I've said I'm not going to end this series. This is my best series. You guys love this, so I want to keep doing it. And hopefully a bit more regularly. But I want to win at least 3 Champions League in a row. And give Manchester United the most Champions League wins, which I believe Real Madrid have. And look at this, Mario Götze. This guy's a superstar signing. Of course, like a lot of my signings that come from another league in a different country, they're gonna take time to obviously become fluid with the other teammates, gel. That's a big thing. But Götze, he's coming through at the right time now. He's going to be a big one. He's going to be a big one for the rest of the Champions League campaign, no doubt. No, and obviously going forward, he's that superstar player, but he's younger as well. Those are kind of like Depay. Cuadrado, not really. You look at some other guys in the team. Iniesta, no, not really. Who do we have there? Iniesta, no, I just said him. Phil Jones as well. He's nowhere near getting older. And you got guys coming through. Who else? Yeah, Bernat, Romero, Oliver, Munir. All of those names in that passage of play, they are in that boat. Where are we? Click on Munir. He's only 21, but he's a world-class player pretty much already. That's how I like to build my squads. Get in first-team players, but maybe at least under 25. So they at least have 5+ seasons where they're going to be dominant for you. That's what I do, and probably what most people do anyway. So yeah, it's not just a specific thing I do, and I'm the only one, like the hidden secret to success. But it works for me, so... And at the same time, I get in quality regions. And this is just sexy stuff, mate. I can't get too excited, though. It's only Crystal Palace. It's only Crystal Palace, so I can't get too excited. But when you're playing well, you're always going to be happy. And it's good for me, like, with a video, like, to have a impressive performance. And next game, you would think will be easy as well. But we need competitive games leading... Every game needs to be competitive for us. I can't have a poor performance against a lower team like this. Like, even if it's just a 1-0 win we scrape, that's not going to be good enough. That kind of performance, that's how we lose against Real Madrid in a final of the Champions League like last season. Some players weren't up to scratch. So, might be time for some subs. Anyone's condition really too low? Oliver, we'll drop him out. We'll bring in Yuri Tielemans. He's a guy that's just ever improving. I think first couple seasons he was just just the first season where we signed him. Well, even his first season was decent. Like, he's a guy that hasn't played too consistently in the first team. He's been like a starting player sometimes and on the bench. First season came off the bench 12 times. Or did we signed him in the second season, did we? Huh. We didn't sign him in the first season of the game. See, some things I forget like this, because I've been playing this since I first got the game, when I got the beta for, making YouTube videos. I was able to get access to that, early access. But, that's the thing. I started this as my first save, and I'm still playing it. I've never done that before. So I'm really happy about that, and I really want to get this series to 100 episodes, because it deserves it, and it deserves success as well. And obviously to show that I can do long series. And because if people say that in the future, I can always just link them to this series over 100 episodes. So I want to do as many episodes as I can. And for it to be successful, you know what I mean? So he'll bring in Januzaj, put him in advanced playmaker. Anyone else? I'll bring out Falcao. I wouldn't want him to get injured or something like that. So there's his good 60 minutes. And we're going to bring in Zivkovic, who's, man... It's scary for other teams, to be honest, how good he's going to be. Like, he's playing world-class already, and he's only 20 years of age. Man, he's going to be replacing Van Persie and Falcao without a doubt. Sometimes when you've got an amazing striker, but he's getting a bit older, and you're scared, you're not going to be able to get a replacement. But we already have, and we've got some regions maybe you've forgotten about. It's insane. We have one, Bronozevsky, if you remember him. He's amazing. He's like going to be the next best striker in the world. I might show you after this game if I remember. But here we go, Munir. He's another one. But I like him as one of those wide strikers. Romero, good strike. And Crystal Palace haven't even got a look in this game. Not at all. They haven't looked likely. And we've just been able to control and attack. Tielemans playing at wide. Cuadrado on the wing. Götze, Munir should have finished that. See, those are the kind of chances. You're not going to get heaps of chances against a big team, and if you get a chance like that and you don't take it. See, even that, we're winning 4-0 here, but that just situation there I'm disappointed with. That should have been in the back of the net. So, yeah, I'm not always happy. I'm always looking for improvements in my team. Munir, come on. Tielemans, Sivkovic. What are you doing? Come on, Quadrado. Whip this in. Goetze. Zivkovic. Oh, man. This guy's good. He takes the chances, and that is 19th goal of the season. There's no doubt in my mind he's not a young player anymore, even though he's only 20. He's a first-team player now. He's not a youngster. Just smash that. And when he's got, 19, that's a big number. He's not just a youth player anymore. He's come of age. He has come of age. Now, Januzaj, maybe a late goal for Phil Jones, but it was not troubling their keeper. And a kind of expected result here, 5-0. It's a good one. All players on Superb who started this game. Mario Götze had a fantastic game. 2 goals and 2 assists. Deserved that man of the match award. Ray Fusic as well. Solid as a goalkeeper. And 5-0. Most other big teams winning as well. Not too many others. Like you see. Look at that. Carlos Fierro. He's at Man City now. Man City's been a struggler in the league so far. 8th. It's been kind of every season like that for them. They haven't been a challenger. Look, Memphis Depay absolutely dominating though. And I might as well show you that guy in case I forget when I continue. But yeah, this Kamil Bronzewski, he's on loan at Cardiff. He's scored 3 goals, so that's okay. But he's only 17, and look at those attributes. Pace 18. We did sign him for a big fee. You obviously look at that and see, almost 30 million for that huge... a huge amount of money for just a young player. But he's a special player. It's hard to gauge it because he's just a regen. He's not a real life prospect. But if you can kind of just picture it in your mind, his first game he started when he was 15. Must have been at least 15. He's 17 now. A couple seasons later, he scored on his debut in the Bundesliga. You just got to try and picture that in your mind. That's what I do really. I just imagine this young kid at 15, 16, whatever age he would have been, and he scored on his debut in a big league like the Bundesliga. Some of these young players need to be loaned out. And you got to think about it in this way as well. Try and picture this. He was in their youth intake for the first season. So he was basically like a Pressland, but a striker. So I've signed another Pressland, but a striker version pretty much, to the club. Obviously, it cost me almost 30 million, but he's going to be one of the best strikers in the world, like how Preston's going to be one of the best centre-backs in the world. He's going to be worth the money, and at some stage in his career, he's going to be worth more than that. A lot more than that. And then, obviously, second season he played a few games, scored 3 times from only 4 starts, 2 off-the-bench appearances. Hasn't played for me yet, but out on loan again, he scored the 3 goals. Obviously, not as dominant as the Bundesliga, but it's taking him time, of course, to adapt to English football. So he's one to get excited about. And like 5 years from now, he's going to be one of the better strikers in the game with still a lot to improve, of course, maybe 21, 22. And you're probably going to forget about how much he costs. And our finance is going to be in a strong position anyway. So I'm excited. And we've got a few other names as well. It's not like just he's a soul. We've still got James Wilson, Rapid. Who else? Lars Christensen, a cheaper regen we signed. He's got that nice haircut. Just like shaved on the sides and the big on top. I love that. And Rangers, out on loan at Rangers in the Scottish Premiership. He's getting game time. He's scoring some goal. So we have guys coming through. We got Bakali that we signed on a free transfer. He's talented. Honestly, he's not the style of player I like. Only 6 work rate. But he is a talent. And we are going to make profit of him in the future. Maybe change formations in the future. Like allowing wingers. But you don't really know what's going to happen. Adama Traore as well, if that's the case. He looks killer now. 19 dribbling, 17 strength, 17 pace, 17 acceleration. He's playing for Marseille right now, so he's valued just under 10 million, and we signed him for 2.3 million. Talk about profit. We can either sell him or utilize him. Wilfred Zaha, who's already at the club, so don't talk about him too much, but you can probably sell him for a bit. And who was the other one? Yeah, Herving Lozano. He's probably close, but if we're not playing with wingers, I can't see him being part of the team, unless we train him to be a striker. He's got decent finishing, 14, 13. And he's on loan at PSV. He's actually, 2 loans this season. One at Santos Laguna. See, since we signed him, he's gone heaps of loans. A lot to the Mexican league. But Dnipro, in like the Russian league or something like that. But he didn't play. That was a bit interesting. Or Ukraine. Same kind of thing. Similar anyway. Apologies. Santos Laguna. Yeah, he only scored 1 goal for them, so that's something to look at. But then out on loan in the Eredivisie, he scored a goal in his first game. So, but yeah, that Dnipro one was troubling me because he didn't play. That obviously was a waste of time. But again, we signed him for 7.5 million, and he's worth 10.25 million now, so he's increasing, no doubt, and he would sell for more than that because he's a young player, maybe close to 20 million or something, or maybe 15. But anyway, they're just a few of my players. I have so many more in the under 18s and whatever, and yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to do another game if I show you, but definitely one episode. I'd like to do it maybe towards the end of the season or something, where I review all my youngsters, because no doubt you would have forgot about some, and I'll show you the rest of them at a later date. And now there's news on Juan Cuadrado. I've been training him at that right back role, so you can finally say that he is an actual right back. He is now. Doesn't matter what he is in real life. In the game, what me as a manager personally, what I have done, I've molded him into a natural right back. That's what he is right now. So you can see there, it says Strudwick feels that Cuadrado has now perfected his ability to play in his new position. So I'm happy with how he's worked in training, and he's become the master at that. When he gets forward as a wing back, he's just killing it right now. And even the last game, what did he do? Form 9.1. Oh my god, he's so good. He only got 1 assist in the game, but he creates the chances, and he's still fairly good defensively. But look at that, 7 runs. He's so good. He's so dangerous for a fullback. Of course, there are attacking fullbacks out there, but how many are there? Like with that 17 pace, he got first touch of 17, dribbling of 17, and he's still decent defensively with 13 tackling. He can still make challenges. Obviously not the best, but he's got decent anticipation as well. And yeah, that's a good attribute for a defender. So I know a couple people doubted him, but his performances have showed that. So again, just to add something different in my videos, instead of just being the games and then my reactions, obviously to the goals, I want to add some other stuff, because this is what I've always wanted to be my videos about, you know. But a lot of you guys like my reactions to the games, so that's always going to be there, me doing live games. But yeah, recording the games live. But I like scouting and all that stuff, seeing young players. That's something I really, really like. So the best scouted player here we have is Kennedy. That's just his name, Kennedy. Brazilian. He's one of the better younger Brazilians this year. He's technical, like his whole name is Robert Kennedy Nunes do Nascimento. Yeah, that's an insanely long name, but it's not surprising for a Brazilian. He shoots from distance and shoots with power, man. Just look at that. He's a striker. I don't feel like, to me, he doesn't see. Do you know those Brazilians that are natural as a striker? They can play some other positions like center attacking mid or on the wing, but to you, just looking at them, they don't feel like a striker. You feel they'll be better in an attacking midfield role or out wide. To me, he just doesn't look like a striker, like a natural striker that's going to score you a big amount of goals. That's just my opinion anyway. He can be maybe one of the more creative strikers. Sure, yeah. But as a poacher, advance forward, I don't think so. Might want to check out a few other guys. Is there anyone like a youngster? Of course, you can say just search by age, but there's not really high. I'm really disappointed with these scouts, to be honest. Like, scout me someone better. Kennedy, he's talented. Manuel, I remember, wasn't he like a beast in FIFA a few years back? But he's at Sporting now. He doesn't look that good. So here we have the draw for the 6th round to see who we're going to face in the FA Cup. We'll see Man City or Hull are going to be facing Tottenham, so that's huge. We avoid those teams. Watford, we're going to face Watford again. That one's away from home. And you can see the other ones there. So Chelsea against Birmingham and Arsenal or Norwich against Liverpool. So we're playing Watford now. We'll play them again. Look at all those 3 in there, those cup games. Man City, Capital One Cup. Is that Capital One Cup final? And then we got Juve, the second leg. And then Watford, FA Cup. So just so many games upcoming. And well, look at this. I was just talking up Juan Cuadrado, and now he's got food poisoning. Like, that's just so random, but it's cool well, it's not cool that he got food poisoning, but like Football Manager, to add these kind of little features, it's nice. Like, to be realistic, it's so realistic. You don't like that happening to your players, but you see, you don't laugh at it. You're like, oh, that's a cool feature that's in the game, you know. Even though you don't want your players to be missing from games from something like a food poisoning, you're like, why does this have to be in the game? It makes it more realistic, you know? You don't want your players to be food poisoned, but it's, like, interesting, like, why that's in the game. Yeah, very nice. Even though it's not nice. So here we've got the game against Watford, and something I always analyse, even though it's only Burnley next, but you got to think after that, there's Chelsea, Man City, then Juve. It's only 3 days, because they pile on. They continue. I say, Watford, oh, it's not a big game. Burnley's not a big game, so it doesn't matter. They're only 3 days apart. But then 4 days later, there's Chelsea. 3 days after that, there's Man City. And then 3 days after that is that huge Juve game. Of course, we got an amazing start with 4 away goals, and it's even, 4-4. So, but 4 away goals is going to give us such an advantage in that game to win it. And of course, Kevin Beltramone, he's another one of the regions we have sent out on loan to them. We signed him. You look at him and he looks average, yeah? But the thing is, fullbacks, they don't always look absolutely amazing. I'm not sure about anyone else, but fullback is the worst position, if that makes sense, in terms of players' overall rating. If you maybe add up all the attributes together, they're never real. Like, they can still be a good player without being absolutely high in so many attributes, if you know what I mean. So if we just take a look at a natural right back in Raphael, even though he's really good, he's got no technicals. Oh, yeah, crossing, 15. Like, no green ones, as you can see there. He's got good physicals and good mentals. So when you look at Beltramone, he's got marking 16 already. So that's higher than any of the attributes that Raphael has. Then he's got some lower ones. But I think he'd be really balanced with a pretty decent potential. He's playing okay for Watford, been one of the better in the cup for them. Has scored a couple goals, so he's an interesting one. He's either footed, so he can play right back, left back, and a wing position on the left side. So it was a great signing for us. And how cheap was he? He's still pretty expensive. Like, you spend 8.25 million for a region, but he's going to be one of the better left backs in the world, as you can see there, world class potential, and he'll be attacking, but he's very good defensively with that 16 marking. That will be a 20. So we've got good players and good young players everywhere. Rowan Pressland, you could probably argue to play him in this game. Look how he's developing. Absolutely amazing player. Memphis Depay might make a comeback here. Yeah, if it's in the league, I want to be playing him in the league because, yeah, so he can get as many goals as he can. That's what I'm looking for here. Munir's going to come off. Mario Goethe, he was amazing, but you got to rotate. And look at all these guys we have. Falcao, and then Van Persie. Who do you play? Zivkovic. I want to say Falcao. I really don't want to get him injured. Want to manage him really well. Quadrado. And then we have the ability to bring in a guy like Raphael. They're really a similar quality. Luke Shaw. Who should I bring on the bench? Di Maria? And then, yeah, Luke Shaw, 98% condition, will come in for Bernat. Again, those fullbacks I always rotate. And it's good to have that rotation ability. Andrea Pirlo, he's really there for... Of course, you don't see it too much, like, in training. It would be good to see, yeah, maybe more information or more the influence, like, experience of Andrea Pirlo is having in training on the players. Like, how do I know if it's just our coaches or whatever, and how much is he helping for the development of some players? Even though he's still a player, but he's 37, surely he has to show some experience in there. I haven't really looked into it, how much it does affect when you've got a guy of that age. Does he actually impact in the training? So we'll see if that happens or not. Watford, see, I don't want to risk too many players. I don't want to drop too many higher quality players out because I want to keep that unbeaten streak. So just to confirm it again, we have gone 24 games unbeaten this season, every single game unbeaten. We are the new unbeatables, and we've only drawn 2, and we've won 22. But always, not always, but yeah, most of the time in a season when I go like this, in my Football Manager career with a big team, even with Manchester United, I've managed them heaps. Them and Arsenal are usually teams I manage as big teams in the Premier League. I'll probably do an Arsenal save maybe later in FM15 if I'm honest as well. Not sure if I'll do it on YouTube. I'll do it for sure, just to play it for myself. But yeah, there's always these bogey teams, these lower teams that pull out a 1-0 result, and when they have fishy plays in there, like Jack Hunt. His name, you got to be careful saying it as well. But anyway, we'll move on to the team talk, and we'll say passionately, No, actually, I'm going to say assertively, I expect nothing but a win from this match. Look, a team like Manchester United's level, you got to be kind of expectant. That's what I mean. In the past, I've lost 1-0. Not often, of course. The rare game just that stop you being unbeaten in a season. We got to just command. Get an early goal in the game. Zivkovic. Luke Shaw. Come on, finish it. Jones. Maybe get a lucky one like that. And then we can stroll for the rest of the game. So this will probably not be one of those games. But things can turn around in a crazy way. It could be end of 2-1. You always got to keep your wits about you. But Luke Shaw smashed that. And I don't even know, who's Pelowski? He's probably not that good, their goalkeeper. Yeah, because Jonathan Bond is injured. He's their best keeper, and he's not even a million value. Like, look how poor this guy is. He would get murdered. And he did. What's his level? Does it even say? Yeah, he'll be a good signing for Sky Bet Championship sides. And they've got some other suspensions and injury troubles as well. And ineligible. Look how much players on loan. When you're relying on that many players on loan, yeah, it's going to be hard. And Calvin Miller, he's one of the good young talents. Another good young talent. There's so many. You can't, sign them all. But he's a good striker. To me, him and James Wilson, there's not a difference. So I don't see the point in signing him, Because, quick and he can finish. They're both similar types, and James Wilson's probably slightly better. And Romero, Oliver, can we get a second? No. Luke Shaw, Romero, Oliver. Oh, look at this. Luke Shaw, Zivkovic, mates. That's his 20th of the season. Bang. Man. He is absolutely insane. So, as just a comparison, obviously, my reactions in this episode, compared to my previous one, of course, they're so much more relaxed, I suppose you can say, but that's the game. Juventus, in knockout stages of Champions League, of course, is going to be more outrageous reactions, So, leave your feedback on it compared to the previous episode, how much you enjoyed it anyway. The games, my reactions, all of that. I love getting feedback, and then obviously I'll accordingly... Well, I'm not going to say fix it because they're natural, I don't purposely react the way I do. It's just on the occasion how important it is. Like now when I've got that 2-0 result, you're just expectant that we're going to cruise on here. And I'm expectant of that more specifically. Now, Romero, Memphis Depay. Come on, Depay. I want him to score a lot. Depay, man! And I always get... This is not just from a couple people. Like almost every week... I get people who are doing Manchester United saves that have signed Memphis Depay. I'm not sure if that's because of me or you just signed him anyway because he can score and he's a good player in your experience in FM15. But I always get screenshots from people showing that he's dominating. So it's not just for me. Other people are getting the best out of him, which just tells me he's an amazing player. And now Marco Reus, mate. How can you miss that badly? Seriously. Marco Reus, one of the better players in the world. Seriously, what was that, man? Now, Oliver, Depay, this should be finished, and it is by Marco Reus. That's a better finish, lad. 20th goal of the season. So I've just had 2 players score 20th goal of the season, and that is not including Depay, who just completely smashed it already. He smashed that long ago, it feels like. Depay, he strike the shot. I'm not sure if that will go down as assist for him, but either way, we've got 3 goals. It's been a solid performance. It's been an expectant one, like I've been saying. It's what you expect from us. Now, Luke Shaw. He's been so good as well. Memphis Depay. Can he get one? He can't yet. And, he scored most of his goals anyway, from that. We scored another goal here. Zivkovic. That front 3 is so scary. And so dreamy when you've got Zivkovic, Depay, and then whoever you're going to play on the other side, like Royce or whoever. Or, Munir. That are the younger amazing guys. That's at least 8 years sorted. That front 3. That front 3. So, it's really good. But as I was going to say with Depay, he scored a lot of those goals from playing the wide striker position. The left or the right side. Not that, main focal point. Like Zivkovic is, and that's why he scored the 2 goals in this game. Depay has scored that huge tally, usually from the left side, which is amazing for that. Almost as a winger. Almost. But, I'm playing him as a striker, so you can't say he's a winger, but he's obviously, plays out wide on the left. But here we go, Depay. Sometimes he'll come in centrally like that. That's how my player instructions are set up and everything like that. I'm happy. That's why I said in the previous video as well, I talked about maybe changing tactics when I get to next season. But this is exactly how I want to play. So maybe it would be foolish to change it. I don't know. But I always like to have a new way of playing to keep it interesting, you know. But sometimes it's foolish, not just because other people, like, because it looks like a similar tactic that someone else uses. Maybe I shouldn't just get pressured to change it because of that reason. Because I'm playing maybe a familiar formation, you know, with 3 up top. Because it works in FM15. That's my opinion anyway. I don't think I should be pressured to change that, but I have been. It's pretty obvious that because I'm thinking that, yeah. But I should just focus on playing the way I want to play, to be honest. Yeah, we'll make all changes, even though, I'm not going to say I'll probably get an injury, but we'll take off Oliver and we'll bring on Di Maria. People sometimes wonder why I make 3 subs, and leave like a connotation with that. Like, it's not a bad thing. Sure, sometimes you may get an injury, or it might be realistic or unrealistic, I should say, if you make the 3 subs. But I feel I do it for so many reasons. It's not just doing it for no reason. I do it for multiple reasons. I either bring off a player that's playing badly, I bring off a player that needs a rest, and then on the bringing on part, I bring on someone who needs match fitness, and they're a key player or something like that, or just hold on for the rest of the game. So it's almost about 4 or 5 reasons for me to make, subs. It's a big thing. And here, Royce. This, I don't even know how to explain that. Well, it's offside. Okay, maybe that's why. I thought it looked a bit fishy. I thought it should have been the 5th goal of the game, but you look here, was it offside? Was it offside? It probably was. I didn't think it was going to be off first, because it's either the defender who was sitting very far back, but obviously he caught him offside. Credit to them, but yeah, at this point in time, we're just waiting for the game to win. I love another clean sheet for Liali, because it's always going to be questioned about his ability. Is he good enough? Well, we've been unbeaten this season in the Premier League. I think that speaks for itself. We don't concede too many goals, and that's a penalty given away by Tommy Hoban, and it's going to be John Stones to step up. Oh yeah, he's a good pen taker. He'll finish this. My money's on him. John puts it home. That will be his first goal of the season, I think, because it didn't say it was like his second or something. It didn't say anything. But John Stones, very convincing with that shot. He's very, very good technically for a centre-back. He's got like 16 passing as well. And that's something I want to bring into the team, because I like to play with the ball-playing defenders, you know? And they're good passers. That's why I brought in Inigo Martinez. Similar types of players. And Phil Jones is just an all-rounder pretty much. He's amazing. Di Maria. Memphis. Surely he's got to score one. Come on. Luke Shaw. Play it inboard. Now you got to pass that. And so you got injured because of that. The curse remains. The curse remains. After you make 3 subs, you get an injury. That needs to be fixed. I'm not sure why. It just seems that's always been the case. Not just FM15. It's just something in the game. Some people see it as complaining, but I don't think you're looking into it enough. And that's why, yeah, if you actually talk about it more on Twitter or whatever, it'll be noticed. And in the forums of Football Manager, just instead of just saying to a YouTuber you're complaining or something, it's actually an issue in the game. And those people who actually play the game a lot, you'll notice it is a issue. Come on, Rafael. Di Maria. Come on. Even though, yeah, we're going to win 5-0 here. Like, there shouldn't be anything I should complain about. But Luke Shaw, the injury, you don't know if that's going to affect us. We could somehow get injury to Burnett. And then we're fucked, pretty much. Oh, but look at that. That's what I love to see. I love to see sharing the goals, sharing the assist. Because on any given day, any player can assist, any player can score. That's what I love with my teams. And, yeah, you can see that 59% possession. They had nothing, pretty much. Well, yeah, they had no shots on target. And you can see why we're dominating in the league this season. 71 points. Next closest, Chelsea with 52. And unfortunately, we get another injury. This is for Zivkovic. 2 to 3 weeks. Does that mean Luke Shaw's not injured? It's not a permanent injury for Luke Shaw. But we get one way or another. Okay. Yeah, Luke Shaw. Who is he? Yeah, he's not permanently injured. But we still end up getting one in Zivkovic. So anyway, I'm not gonna complain about it too much. It's just something I notice. I just want to speak about what I notice in Football Manager, because I suppose the amount of subscribers I have for Football Manager, I probably do have a slight power to help, Sports Interactive notice things, in the game that I myself, but a lot of you guys who love Football Manager want improved, and these little annoying bugs that you want out of the game. So hopefully I can, showcase that in my videos, and hopefully, they do have a chance to get seen. But hopefully you enjoy the video anyway. If you want more of this series, would you like it daily? I remember at one stage on the beta, I talked about earlier how I, played this as my first save as I loaded up the game. My first 5 minutes, or the first minute, I chose Manchester United. I knew I wanted to be them, and I'm still doing it with them. So if you want to see some more of this again, drop a like on the video, drop a comment as well. As I said again early in the video, it helps with the videos being seen as well. So even if you don't like it and you have something to criticize, drop a comment, drop a dislike as well, as it's all about the interactivity with my videos. Everything negative or positive, it helps to get seen. So if you enjoyed it, great. If you didn't, hopefully you can stay subscribed and enjoy my future videos, and I shall see you guys next time.